Hey, it's Brigid. I've got my sparkly sweater on because we are learning something from The Life of a Showgirl. Now, I have taught this to like 10 piano students over the past week, and one of them was like, hello, you're on YouTube. Why don't you just make a YouTube tutorial and then we can all watch it and not waste a whole piano lesson? And I was like, that's not really what I do on YouTube. I play the musical saw and accordion and stuff. And she's like, just make a tutorial. So here I am making my Fate of Ophelia tutorial. We are in the key of F major or D minor. The verse starts in D minor. All that means for you is that we are going to be playing a B flat. So she just kind of repeats these four chords over and over, but what I love is that it's in groups of 5 because pentameter, right? Little nod to Will Shakespeare. Pentameter means 5 measures. So I feel like that's a little extra Easter egg. The layers are so good. All right, so we're just going to start with a G minor chord, which is G, B flat, and D, but we're going to flip it around so the D's on the bottom because that's what they do in the record. So you have a nice, you can play it like that, you can play it like that, it doesn't matter. I'll do it like that because that feels more proper. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Just G minor, we're just banging that chord out. Then we're going to switch to D minor in root position. Then we're going to switch to F major, but not in root position. That's F major in root position, F, A, C. We're going to take the C and flip it down there, just like we did for the G minor chord. Now here's the part where she's got 2 measures of C. And the first one is just C and E. And then a quick passing note to the, right? Oh, I just noticed something. Oh my goodness, the Easter eggs are blowing my mind, y'all. That 5th measure happens to be the 5 chord in the key of F also. And 2 for 1 there. All right, so we'll go through this again slowly, starting on the G minor, D, G, and B flat. D minor, F major, C and E, passing note. So you notice those last, right? It holds on C the whole time, and it's two of these to one of those, 2 G's to 1 A. Last measure, right? So let's do that intro. What is the tempo on this one? I always feel like I want to play it faster than it really is. So when she gets to, and if you never, oh God, I can't sing. And if you never come for me, I think that it's hard to hear unless you're on really good speakers, but I think there's a keyboard that just sort of whole note hanging on these chords. I might have drowned in melancholy. Oh yeah, and it's the same thing. So yeah, when it gets to that kind of pre-chorus there, and if you never come for me, we're kind of holding these same chords. Then come. Right? And then repeat the same thing. And then what do we do when we get to the chorus? So I'm going to listen and then cut myself out so that you can just get straight to the good parts. I'm not even going to teach you how to play the melody. I'm just going to teach you what an actual keyboard player would play if you were in the band. So instead of the first chord in the chorus being a G minor, it is now a B flat major. Let's just play a big old one, right? Time I sat alone in my tower, you were just holding your powers, now I can see it all. Pardon my singing, I'm so not warmed up. And we're hanging on that C again. And I think it does do that. There we go. So the chords to the chorus are B flat. Next chord is to the 1. You could play the F the same way you did before, or you can add another note. You can add a big left hand if you want. So we've got B flat to F, and then we have our D minor, and we have our C again, right? So it's similar to before, where we had the G minor to D minor to F to C. Now we have a B flat she switches around the F and the D minor, right? It makes it sound more uplifting because they're both major. So you kind of start, you've been dancing around this minor key, right? But when it gets to the chorus, you have a big uplifting. Instead of having 2 minor chords, you only have the 1, which is kind of nice. So hope that helped you play it. If you want to know melodies, let me know. If there's another song you want to know about, let me know, and I'll make my own little tutorial. I love doing tutorials. I make them for students all the time. Drop in the comments what you want to know next. Oh, I wanted to just quickly really explain. What did I mean when I said the numbers and how delightful it was that she held on the 5 for the 5th measure? What does it mean to be on the 5? Really, really quick. I do have another video that goes into this in depth, but just quickly. We're in the key of F, which means F is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because it'll drive me crazy not to hear that. If you notice the 4 was that B flat, that's because this doesn't sound right. Right? We need that. So the chord that's based off of the F is called the 1 chord. The chord that's based off the G is called the 2. So that's why we start on the 2, because this song's in the key of F. And then when we get to the next chord, which is your D minor, well, D happens to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of F. So that's why D is called the 6. So we go from the 2 to the 6. That's our F, so that's just 1. And then C is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, that's why I was delighted that not only did she add an extra 5th measure to what's typically a 4-bar chorus or intro verse, it also happens to be on the 5 chord. That can't be anything but intentional. Thanks, I'm Brigid. I play a lot of instruments and I love to dissect songs. And it has been an absolute delight teaching you the Fate of Ophelia. Let me know if you try it out and let me know if this was confusing and I'll do better next time.